Violet Sky Media presents. Hi, I'm Tal Anderson, creator and executive producer of Harry Yarns, a serial horror podcast featuring original creepy tales inspired by real-life occurrences, legends, and myths. Welcome to episode 3 of season 2, Siren of the Sea, written by Anthony Purnell and myself. As always, the original story will be performed, not read, and at the end, Anthony and I discuss the myths that inspired the tale. Anthony will continue to fill in for my co-host, Kayla Cromer, until she gets back into the country. Harry Yarns is produced by Violet Sky Media and is performed and pre-recorded in Los Angeles, California. Where is it? Down there. This is probably too obvious. Where would he put it? Ouch! The Secrets of Mermaids. That's what he's reading? Man, the things you don't know about people. Here's another one. What's he doing? Writing a book? What's all this research? Sirens? Where do you put my stuff? Ugh.
There you are. I thought you were down below taking a nap.
Yeah.
You looking for something?
I really need some, chapstick. My lips feel like they're gonna fall off.
Me too. Here. I keep it in my pocket.
Thanks. You're a lifesaver.
This storm is not gonna turn. We should probably literally batten the hatches down before it gets here. The captain's gonna need your help.
Huh?
Might want to get a raincoat from below and meet me at the back of the boat. We'll probably have you take the wheel while I help prep everything for the storm.
You want me to drive the boat? I don't know how to drive a boat. I'm from Chicago.
It's no big deal. It's easy. Plus, everyone has a job on a boat. And it's either you or you. And
It's not even funny, Peter.
I have to help the crew, so...
I mean, I didn't even want to come on this trip. But you insisted so we could grow as a couple, whatever the hell that means.
Listen, Jane, I don't want to fight. I was just trying to keep it light, even though we're in a floating bathtub and there's a giant storm coming. But we really just need to get ready for the storm. You want me to grab a raincoat for you?
I can get it myself. I don't need you to hold my hand and babysit me all the time.
Jane? You didn't. Tell me you didn't.
Then what?
You promised me you stop. You promised.
No, Peter, I'm not doing this with you again. Don't you have a boat to batten down?
Where is it? Did you hide it somewhere? Is it in here? Is it downstairs?
Peter, stop. Do not go through my things. Stop. Give me my bag back.
It's our bag. And if you want it, you can take it from us.
Stop, Peter. You need to be more serious. There's a storm coming, remember?
But honestly, are you doing it again? Tell me. Seriously, I need to know. Wait. Do you hear that? Jane. So beautiful. Why are you so early? Oh, no.
Who are you talking to?
Patient. You get more impatient every year.
Peter? Whoa! Peter, nobody's driving the boat.
It's beautiful. Listen.
Peter, we're headed for the rocks! Peter! Come on, Peter. Wake up! Come on, wake up!
What happened?
There was a storm,
I don't feel well.
and the whole crew disappeared. I don't know where they are or where they went. I guess they didn't make it. You almost didn't make it either.
What
What happened to you?
I don't know.
1 minute you were there, but you were all crazy, talking to yourself. Then we got hit by a giant wave, and I thought we were going to die, but then the boat turned back upright, and I just held on as tight as I could until the storm stopped. I thought you were dead. I thought you got washed overboard. I swear I saw you go over.
Where are we now?
I have no idea. It's a beach, though, and we appear to be stranded.
We're stuck on an island.
Well, I guess we got the tropical beach trip you've been promising after all.
Where's the boat? Is it still afloat?
I don't know, Peter. I just woke up and looked over and saw you. I don't see anything else, though. No supplies, no luggage.
We need to try to find the boat. I need to find my bag.
You have your bag. What's that around your neck?
No, this just has my ID and sunglasses and stuff. I need my actual bag.
I need to find our bag, too. Peter,
Wait,
I have something to tell you.
I recognize that tree.
What?
I know where we are.
How?
The boat has to be somewhere on this island or in the water. We need to look. We need food or something to build a shelter.
Peter?
Anything we can find.
I don't care about that. Right now, I just want my bag. If we're gonna die here, I just want my stuff to keep me company.
Look, we're not gonna die here. Did you forget who you were with?
Oh, yeah. You mentioned that you spent all that time on an island as a kid with your dad.
Plus, I know exactly where we are.
You never talk about it, though. Why
we
is
just
that?
need to find the boat.
But is this the same island?
Let's go further into the jungle and try to find food and things we need to make a shelter.
Can't you do that alone? I can stay here and wait for the rescue, and I'll look for stuff on the beach.
Come on, Jane.
Okay, fine.
Jane? What happened on the boat?
What do you mean, what happened? We crashed. Duh.
You were looking for something while I was trying to get you?
Yeah, my bag, and I'm still looking. What? What is it? Spit it out.
Jane, are you using it again?
Let it go, Peter. What I do with my body is none of your business.
It is when you're my girlfriend. We found each other at our lowest.
At our lowest? You flirted with a homeless girl in the soup kitchen. Didn't realize giving food to a stranger was your lowest point. I ate garbage. I slept with rats by my head and was beaten and robbed. But you and me? We lived the same life. What was the low point for you? Seriously? So excuse me if I pop some pills just so I can get through my trauma.
But you're my favorite. We can get through anything as long as we have each other, right? What happens when I stop being enough for you?
Stop being so needy, Peter. And stop calling me your favorite. What the hell does that mean? It's creepy. Anyways, it's not like that.
Then what is it like, Jane? We've been together for a year. What is it?
I'm scared. You're happy. We've been doing this for a whole year. Maybe you're tired of me and you'll just throw me away, just like my parents, teachers, and friends. Everyone uses me and then leaves me. So I went back to what I know and what was easy. Those drugs that you hate so much.
Jane, I would never leave you or let anything happen to you.
You know, Peter, you'll never know the pain and the lure. And I'm glad you don't know how that feels. You don't need them. But for me, I always hear them calling me back. So sometimes I go. I'm sorry.
I promise you I would protect you that day at the soup kitchen.
Yeah, but you saw a girl that you could easily save.
I saw a person lost like me. I know it's strange to meet someone in a soup kitchen and then start dating them. But you can't question how love finds you, and you can't walk away from it when it does.
Peter?
Jane, don't move.
It's over there. Oh, it's just a pig.
It's not a pig, it's a wild boar. Boars eat people. Plus, look to your right. We're in this den. I'm guessing there are babies in there. If we step back slowly...
I'm running!
Jane, no! Dang it!
Come on, here! Run faster!
Do you hear that? What is that sound? Jane, this way.
into that cave?
Go. Hurry. Come on.
It's deep!
Do you hear it?
No, I don't think it followed us.
Shh. No, not the door. Come on. Let's go in further.
I just told you the pig didn't follow us, but do you want to go farther into this nasty cave? What is that smell? Oh my God, it's awful.
I have to follow that sound.
Peter? This is a bad idea, Peter. Peter, wait up!
Look, it's a woman.
Where?
Over there in that pool. She might be hurt.
She's alive.
We need to help her.
She could be in shock, or
Hey, are you okay?
she's not answering. Hey, are you okay? I'll dive in and see if she's stuck or something.
Jane, no, wait! Oh no, she can't find out.
Well, she's definitely alive.
Jane, get out of there. I'll help her. You wait on the shore. No, come back. Jane, be careful.
Of what? She's just an injured woman. What's gonna happen?
She's a mermaid, Jane.
What? Oh, very funny, Peter. Ha ha. Stop messing around and come help me.
Trust me. Be careful.
Listen,
Actually, it's safer if you just get out.
if she's hurt, I'm gonna help her. Come over here and give me a hand.
Jane, mermaids are dangerous.
Don't just stand there.
We should just leave.
Oh my God, she is a mermaid.
I told you.
This is amazing. I can't believe you found a mermaid. How did you
Come
know?
on. We need to find a way off this island now.
How many people do you think have seen an actual mermaid? I mean, it's crazy, but is she okay?
I don't know. I'm not sticking around to find out.
We need to help her.
Anyone who's seen her is probably still stuck on this island.
Oh no.
We're getting out of the water.
Can't let her die. She's
now.
a mermaid.
Jane, you have to trust me.
I know, right? It gets that way. So judgmental.
Are you bad-mouthing me to the mermaid?
No.
Is she talking to you?
I can't explain it.
We're not doing this. Go, Jane. Get out of the water.
Hey, what are you doing? Stop throwing stuff at her. She's not a threat. You're scaring her.
Oh my God. No. Not now. Jane, we can't do anything if we're stuck in here. We have to find a way out, okay?
I'll come back for you, Lily.
You named the mermaid?
Well, yeah, she's a person, isn't she?
No, Jane. She's dangerous. She's not your friend.
I know that. I mean, aren't you amazed at her? She's a mermaid, Peter. We need to help her so we can take her back. What is your problem? You know, she seems to like you a lot.
So you're jealous of the mermaid?
And you're deflecting, as usual. Look, there's the beach.
Okay, fine. Sit down. Remember the story about my father?
Yeah. You took a trip with him to an island and you were the only one to survive. His sacrifice is the reason you're alive, right?
Sure, but that's not the whole story. On the island, we saw a mermaid. She helped us at first, but things changed. My father was overtaken by her beauty, enchanted by her voice. It was like an addiction. When she sang, he couldn't resist. He realized that everything he was doing was for her, not for me. So in secret, we built a boat to escape. He waited till I was asleep, put me on it, and pushed me out to sea. I woke up alone, surrounded by water. I have been stuck on that island for 10 years until the Coast Guard found me. They never found him or the island. And I still blame myself. I still hear her voice. It haunts me.
That explains all the mermaid stuff I found in your bag. But I don't understand one thing. In your notebook, you wrote sirens, not mermaids.
People like to say mermaids and sirens are two different creatures, but I believe they're the same.
Maybe mermaids are just sea sirens?
Yeah, but more than that. Jane, you can't go back to the cave. I have to go back. I have to face my fears. It's my chance to take my life back.
Well, you're not doing this alone.
Jane, I said no. I need to do this alone.
Well, you're not alone, so too bad.
I'm doing this for you.
What does that mean?
Nothing. Forget I said anything.
No, you don't get to say that and just walk away. Talk to me.
Fine. We're only on this trip because your drug use was out of control. I've known the whole time you were using again.
Well, I told you that I've had a hard life and that I would stop.
And you lied.
I didn't lie. It's just taking a while.
Shut up. It's a lie, Jane. Whatever. Let's just camp on the beach and rest. I'll grab some leaves and wood and start a fire.
How?
I have a lighter here in my bag. It still works.
Peter.
Shh. I don't want to wake up any boars. Lay down and get some rest. It's almost dark.
Where are you going?
I need to pee. Just go back to sleep.
I heard her, Peter. I know where you're going.
Just go to sleep, Jane. You're probably in withdrawal.
Oh, I'm definitely in withdrawal. But Peter, don't go. Not that I thought you'd actually do what I asked. I guess I'll try to get some sleep here by myself while I wait for my boyfriend to get back from his visit with a mermaid.
Whatever, Jay. You're not gonna talk me out of it.
Well, you're the one who said she was dangerous, right? So, take your advice.
I can handle her. You need to stay here and stay safe. I'll wake you up when I get back.
You've been gone for hours. I almost went to find you. So what happened?
I think we have a connection.
You don't have a connection. You're being sirened.
I don't think that's a word. Plus, I changed my mind. I was wrong. Sirens and mermaids are two different creatures. They have to be. How can something that beautiful be evil?
Peter, you were right. We should stay away from it.
She's calling me again. I have to go back. She might be hurt.
Or just mad that you left. I'm coming with you.
No, you can't. I mean, she doesn't like you. I think you're too pretty, and it upsets her.
You're losing it. I'm definitely coming with you.
Your pills are in my bag.
What? The bag you've been carrying around your neck this whole time?
If you stay here, you can have it.
No.
You can have it all.
Peter, No. We're going back to the mermaid. I don't want the drugs. I made up my mind, and I'm really gonna quit this time and take control of my life.
What are you doing?
You need to take control of your life too. So, I'm getting her attention. This water is connected to the water in the cave, right? She'll hear me if I slap the water?
Probably, but please, she already doesn't like you.
Well, I don't like her either.
I'm not joking. I don't want to make her mad.
Hey, Lily, why don't you swim on over here and face me? I know you can talk. What do you want with him?
I'm sorry, I tried to stop her. She doesn't understand.
Who are you talking to, Peter? Me or your mermaid?
I know she's loud, but I like this one. I told you.
Wait.
She's my favorite.
Peter, do you know the mermaid?
Jane.
You knew her before this trip?
You need to apologize. I can't stop myself. If she asks, I have to obey. You should run.
Run? What are you talking about? Peter! Stop! Let me go! What are you doing?
Stop
Let me go!
struggling.
Let me go!
I thought if she saw, then she wouldn't be jealous of you. But when we got here, her mind was set. I tried to block her out. But her voice is right inside of my head all the time. It doesn't matter how far I am, and Chicago's far.
Peter, think this through, okay? You're stronger than this. You said we can get through anything together, remember? Shut up!
I can't hear myself think. Yes, I do love her. I can't change that just because you don't want it to be that way. Jane, I do love you. And I also need you to know I do understand the lore. When my father and I were stuck on that island, the mermaid helped raise me. I wouldn't have survived without her. Neither of us would have. But thankfully, my father knew what was happening, and he wanted to leave. I told him we should stay, but he knew I needed to leave to be safe.
But you did leave, and here you are, still not safe.
My dad tried to fight her. He really did. But even though he was able to resist her the first couple of years, he was getting drawn in more and more. But I was young. I didn't fight it.
What really happened to your dad, Peter?
The first time she sang was so beautiful. She knew my dad was fighting her, so she told me to get rid of him. I bashed his skull in with a rock, and I never thought about it again.
Wait, I thought you built a boat and escaped. How did you get off the island?
I lived happy with her until the authorities saw smoke and found me here. They had to drag me away.
Let me go. Now, we can go find a boat and leave.
I wanted to stay, and every day I can hear her voice in my mind.
Now, Peter.
Just be patient. It won't be long now.
You said you would protect me.
Then one day she found me with my girlfriend while we were fishing. I remember the sound she made and that feeling when she's angry and doesn't want to share. So I killed my girlfriend. And the next one. And the next one. Same thing. And the next. It was to the point where it became our game. I just thought she would eventually lose interest in me and release me.
Peter, you can still be released. Just tell her you're done. Let's go. Me and you. But right now, we just need to get out of the ocean and go find a boat.
I'm glad you'll never know the pain this obsession
Tell her
causes.
to shut up and let's just go.
I always hear her calling me back, so sometimes I go.
No,
Sorry.
Peter, you don't want to do this.
I don't want to hear it. Just sing.
That was episode 3 of season 2 of the Harry Yarns podcast, starring myself, Tal Anderson, and Anthony Purnell. Anthony wanted to have an episode where the story talks not only about a monster or a creepy occurrence, but also touches a little on a social issue. In this case, addiction.
Yeah, I've always been curious about mermaid lore, and I read this article about sirens and got interested because this concept of men being bound by the sound of sirens seemed a lot like the experience addicts have with drugs and alcohol.
I've personally also been fascinated by mermaids because, the sightings and accounts of them go back so far in history and from all over the world. So it seems likely to me that whatever people were encountering was at least the same thing, whether it be a mermaid or a fish or some lost prehistoric creature or whatever.
And they are, of course, called different names all over the world.
I've also studied a lot of mythology, so I'm familiar with sirens. And I do see the similarities between them and mermaids because they have similar behaviors. And I've seen a lot of films where the mermaids take on the characteristics of sirens. Usually, they're the stories where the mermaids are dangerous and scary, though. Like, even in the Harry Potter book and film, The Goblet of Fire, the underwater creatures were selkies, but they looked like mermaids and they behaved like sirens. Plus, they were portrayed as dangerous. The question is, though, are sirens and mermaids the same creature? It seems that in modern times, we've evolved that folklore to sort of blend together into one monster, a beautiful, scary underwater creature who is more animal than human, and uses her voice and her songs to lure and enchant humans to do her bidding.
Or, on the flip side, we have Ariel.
Yeah, I don't buy that. If mermaids were real and were like Ariel, we would have vacation rentals underwater.
And we all be marching for mermaid rights.
Of course. But, getting back to the sirens versus mermaids debate. Technically, they are different. And sirens are half bird, not fish, apparently. But we all perceive them to be the same because they're always portrayed that way.
Yeah, I've read somewhere, though, that the reason we think mermaids are supposed to look like Ariel is because of the art. I guess there was a lot of paintings done during the Victorian times of women with tail fins.
But also, there were Victorian stories about mermaids where they actually called them mermaids. But the stories were accompanied by drawings of them, and they didn't have tails. They had legs. So then there is the question that historians have about why there was confusion between mermaids and what we call a water sprite or sea sprite today.
Well, sirens, mermaids, sprites, and selkies aren't the only mythological mermaid-like creatures that have been written about.
That's true. There's also Meros from Ireland, Rusalkas from Russia, and Nix and Undines from Germany. All of these are European water creatures, though.
Oh, that's true. Are there non-European mermaid myths?
Yes, there's the Mamiwata from African myths, and the Japanese Ningyo. I mean, there are even historical accounts of Christopher Columbus seeing mermaids during his exploration of the Caribbean.
So where did the confusion between evil and not evil happen?
I don't think anyone knows that, at least not for sure, because of the translations of the languages, mostly. So many of the accounts of mer people or water sprites, etc., were beings that were encountered living permanently in the water. But they looked exactly like the humans who discovered them, with legs, not fins. In the Odyssey, Homer wrote about sirens, beautiful mermaids whose beauty and sexuality lure men to their depths. But in 2018, Emily Wilson, a University of Pennsylvania classicist, published a new version of the Odyssey that described these beings not as mermaids, but instead as bird women, basically birds with women's heads. Homer doesn't describe them physically, but Emily Wilson looked at ceramic paintings and tomb sculptures from the same time and determined that the bird women from these sources were the same creatures that Homer wrote about.
So according to her, sirens are bird women?
She believes that the bird bodies of sirens is a significant detail because birds are associated with the gods, wisdoms, and omens. So for this reason, she thinks that sirens are different than mermaids. They can be at the sea or the land or the sky, and although they use their song to influence, they also offer wisdom.
But who decided they had fishtails in the first place?
Well, I think that's unclear still to historians, according to what I read. But there's a theory that it happened because in Greek, wing and fin are both designated by the same word. And in Latin, the words for wing and fin are exactly the same except for one vowel. So who knows?
That's interesting, and it makes sense. But as for our story, we wanted to put a little of the siren versus mermaid controversy into the tale. And we also wanted to write a mermaid horror story. And that's why it's called Siren of the Sea. Because apparently, sirens can be anywhere, not just the sea.
Plus, everyone is fascinated with mermaids. And on this podcast, we want to talk about both common and uncommon myths, occurrences, and legends. And anyway, sometimes the most well-known common creature stories can be the scariest.
That's true, like alien abductions.
Exactly. And we did an abduction story last season, so if you haven't listened to season 1 of the Harry Yarns podcast, please go check it out.
But for now, this has been episode 3 of season 2 of Harry Yarns podcast. We hope you enjoyed it and our original story of Siren of the Sea. Please subscribe to the podcast and follow it on Instagram at Harry Yarns Podcast.
Yes, please. And also, Kayla will be back for episode 4 of the podcast. So we're looking forward to having her back both in the Harry Yarn and in the talk back after the story. We'll miss Anthony in the studio, but he'll continue writing and performing Harry Yarns for us. Thank you for filling in, Anthony. We really appreciate it.
You're welcome anytime.
And please remember to follow us all on Instagram. Me at the Tal Anderson, Kayla at Kayla Cromer Official, and Anthony at Anthony R. Purnell Jr. As always, thank you so much for tuning in and listening. Bye, everyone.
Talk to you soon. Harry Yarns is produced in Los Angeles by Violet Sky Media, and audio production is done by Tal Anderson.